electricity, lux mea, adesto, veritate, profundum, clar, mihi, I'm just gonna keep doing lines until the energy moves through, but there's a lot of energy coming in. What I'm getting right now is like I was hearing in a man's voice, oh, we can use that against her. It's a very creepy energy, like someone watching you constantly, trying to figure out what you're doing and trying to figure out how to use anything against you that they can to try to pull you down. But nothing's worked so far. Okay, I'm gonna, like, they might have shaken up your reputation, your life, to where it made things really challenging for you because of how this person has gone about doing all of this, really, and all the different ways that they're trying to like spread information, or just like paint a picture, like they're really trying to influence other people's perception is the biggest sense. It's perception influence, and this person might be quite skilled at it, but they haven't been able to touch, to bring down. And there might be a lot of what's the word, controversy around it, and a lot of people not sure what to think. But the fact that you haven't been touched by anything that they've done shows that what's going on isn't actually the truth. It's more of like it's a sabotage is what it is. This is very specifically male energy. I heard it in a male voice, but they were talking to someone else. And I heard very specifically we could use that against her. So this would be for probably a woman or anyone who identifies as female, whoever that may be. But let's figure out why is this coming through? What does this want to show us about this person who's attacking a female? And possibly even who they're working with. Okay, I heard something about taking her glory, take her glory, take her freedom, take her freedom. Throwing a lot of judgment her way because they're under harsh judgment at this time. So projection, the energy of projection, trying to hold her back, trying to paint her as a certain way, to make people think of her as a certain way. Geomancer, yeah, trying to make sure she doesn't have resources, doesn't have the means to move forward. All because they're going through heavy judgments because none of what they tried has worked, which then raises questions towards them, and they might spin off on some other story, but it will eventually go right back to them because it comes out that it doesn't actually make sense, and look who's still standing. I don't know, it's just an odd thing. And I wonder who they're talking to, who we're talking to. A Queen of Wands, so they are with the King of Pentacles reversed. They could actually be controlling and manipulating someone else to try to hurt you. It could be a situation, it could be a couple, which isn't the most likely match, but where, okay, this King of Pentacles reverse is clearly very materialistic, very two-faced, is not honest. It could be living some type of like double life or something, just with the two faces here on this King of Pentacles, or just like hiding a lot, right? Like they mask, they hide a lot. It's very manipulative, controlling kind of energy. And there's this like Queen of Wands right here, like this might be their arm candy, someone they feel they can control and keep close and get in their ear and influence them basically to get what they want out of them. This Queen of Wands is actually very attractive on her own. She's very powerful on her own, but this person being in her ear is actually trying to control her, which is keeping her small. You know what? This actually might be who they're trying to smear then. Maybe it's not a couple. That could be the essence of that. Or, well, I did ask who they're talking to. So no, yeah, this is someone who is powerful. Maybe they're trying to use this person for their power, this person for their voice, their expression with the Queen of Wands. Maybe this is one person they're trying to get to spread information. Getting false promises, an energy of promising them something if they do something, but that would just dim their light instead of lifting them up. It would put them in it would like basically link them to this King of Pentacles energy, essentially, and their karma if they were to get connected to them. So they're gonna end up having to deal with karma from that as well. Alright. And we did get the World card coming out too, so something is closing out. Let's see who they're trying to sabotage and why. And we got the Dreamer here. So it's going to be someone a bit more on the spiritual side since we're meditating and levitating. And it doesn't necessarily mean this person can do that, but this person might have certain like abilities or perceived abilities, perceived to be very magical in their essence. Or maybe they can really do some really cool things. But it's like, okay. And the Dreamer, but they're trying to make sure they don't have the resources to make those dreams a reality. So that's what the attack is on. And there's this very controlling masculine in the ear of this Queen of Wands here. And they take this Dreamer person, it's very like foolish. I think what they're not saying is how foolish they're actually being though, and how much they are kind of just feeding into their own darkness. I want to get more on this World card here. What's actually going on with that? What's closing out? Something about the world, like the actual world. Something about news. Maybe something, they're trying to spread things on the news. Okay, so this could be someone who has, like this Queen of Wands, they could be using someone who has some sort of presence built up. I heard okay, the Dreamer, they used this person's essence, that magical essence. They used that, they siphoned from that to make this Queen of Wands stand out as like a public figure of some sort. By making it, they made it huge. They tried to trace this person, but this person's still untouched. This person's still untouched somehow. And that's where the confusion is. So they're kind of, okay, this is interesting. The World, the Hangman reverse, and the Bridge. So, okay, this seems like something broke recently. Like something just broke and broke the internet. A massive perception shift There was a huge distortion. They're still riding off trying to bury this energy though. They're trying to bridge their way to having that person's life or that person's power. Like they think they're gonna destiny swap. They're trying to have this Queen of Wands. Like they're posing this Queen of Wands as this person, the dreamer here. They're posing them as that, but they're just a Queen of Wands. Which they're powerful in their own right, but they're not aligned. They're aligned with someone who's very toxic. And Two of Cups reverse. They aligned with someone very, very toxic. So, but this person is still in touch. I'm gonna see real quick what's going on with the dreamer and where they're heading with the situation, because there's massive distortions being exposed. Let's see what's going on with the dreamer. Yeah, Five of Swords, Ten of Cups reverse, so trying. I just still see with this Five, so that group energy still trying. I can't necessarily see. They're trying to keep this person in a state where they can't be happy. Why? Karma, Two of Swords. So Judgment here and Two of Swords. So they've been judging this person. They've been judging every decision this person makes. Judging every decision this person makes. And this person seems to operate in a way that it's like, they do glimpse the big picture, but when it comes to taking steps forward, they kind of just have to trust and sit with each decision and do the best they can with it. That's how they've had to maneuver through some things, because it's been, they weren't able to see certain things, or I'm saying, like, imagine walking through fog where you can literally only see the step in front of you. And that really coincides with this energy here. Like keeping someone in a tough emotional state and this group effort to do it, to keep someone in their head, so they cannot move forward. But, and so these people called judgment on this person because they assumed certain things about them. But when you call judgment comes down on you too. And God will see everything that you're doing. Even if you think that you're in the right, if you're not actually in the right, you better be pretty fucking certain. If you're not actually in the right, then you might not want to move forward, especially in efforts with multiple people against one person, even if it's just these two people. But there's something here, there's something very odd and strange about this. It's very controlling energy, and this Queen of Wands herself is controlled by this energy. It's through ego. It's heavily through ego. Okay. So it's interesting because I'm seeing the towers here, which is usually pretty extreme energy, but I'm getting it's more of like a cleansing wave washing over the situation, a healing wave washing over the situation. I feel like I'm getting this energy strong now where people are trying to, I don't know if it's that same dream where they're trying to run them out of town. I'm trying to paint a certain picture to run them out of town. Trying to make it so that they're true. They cannot be seen for who they actually are. Because if they're seen for who they are, then it's obvious all the lies that have been told around. Saying something about explanations. Okay, so maybe someone felt they had to explain their feelings or who they were because they were being misunderstood so heavily and having all these like really heavy projections thrown onto them in the past. So this person revealed who they were, reflected back who they actually are, what they're actually carrying. They're still trying to weaponize that against this person though. And they also distorted it heavily. So again, coming back to that energy in the beginning of we can use that against her. Yeah, but there's deep healing here regardless, and this whoever's being attacked got really good at working with that emotional energy. This is someone who is a healer. This is transmutation energy, this 5 of emotions here. But they may be trying to run this person out of town so that they're not invisible, so that people believe their stories rather than the truth about them. So basically, if you're this person that's been attacked in this way, it's actually very important to be as visible as possible right now, because the more visible you are, the more people can see who you actually are. And you might still get a lot of hate and shade thrown on you because of whoever these people are connecting to, but that's not the truth, and that's something you're already aware of. That is something, I mean, that would be something heavy to endure, but if you can get yourself to a place where you feel safe to be visible, you know, and just be in your you're centered in your unique self, like you've always been. You know, that doesn't mean you're not still human, but be centered in yourself, working through all those emotions and creating your own joy even when they're trying to ruin it, you know, not letting that get to you. And you are going to have eyes on you no matter what, if this is you, but these people are going to keep their eyes on you. It's like they're just heavily observing you. They're really trying to do the most, and they're trying to take your stability. I don't know, they're just trying to make things impossible for you. They're trying to corner you, to make you feel like you can't, and they're trying to isolate you, to make you feel like you can't connect with people, or make people to not want to connect with you. They're trying people angry at you, trying to make sure people don't like you, people don't even want to connect with you, because if they talk to you, if they get to know you, they'll know the truth. They just will, they'll know the truth. I don't know, that's what I'm seeing here. I'm gonna keep posting because I feel more energy still, but That's what I got. That's all for right now. Como amore, divinto, siglo, protego, effectiveness.